Welcome back. We are here with 1309 and we have a couple of small additions to the family tree. We have little Isabella being born and William making it onto the tree as he became a toddler enrolled to live. And that's really all that happened in the last part. So in this part, we'll be playing Christiana's side story, which I am so excited about. I think you're really going to like it, and it's going to be total drama, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope that you're excited for that because I am. And little Isabella was actually born at like midnight in between years while I was at the church trying to do some stuff. So that's why she's on here, and she did roll to live. So that's why all of this is happening. And that will be all that we'll be doing in this part is Christiana's side story. I think one more baby is meant to be born. Yeah, I think the Walter baby is meant to be born. Maybe we'll get some other Sims pregnant too while we're there. But anyway, I really should continue to get Genevieve pregnant because her birthday is coming up. Is her birthday coming up? Not really. Never mind. Okay. Isabella got added to the family tree here. Give her some space. We named some of the other babies, Joan and John, Aldith, and this baby's not born yet. None of those are happening yet. 6 more years? 9 more years? Did I say it was 1309 or 1308? What? What year is it? It is 1309. I hope I said that at the beginning. I can't remember now. Anyway, I have nothing else to say, so let's hop into the game. So here we are in game, and I did move Christiana back into the church after all, and I gave her a portrait here. You can see I've made a little mausoleum for our family, and I haven't decided yet exactly how I'm going to break it up, but for right now, I'm just putting everyone in here. Maybe as the family gets bigger, we'll have each like family, like the Bennetts will get their own, the Ashdowns will get their own. We'll have to kind of see how it goes. Anyway, Willa just had a baby, so let's grab a name from here. Here we go. She's no longer pregnant. There we go. Okay, so we have Christiana just here and really, just kind of getting reacclimated a little bit to the church. There's going to be an event today, so they're all there to see it. The priest is going to come up here and pray. I don't really know how to make him give like a speech, but that's okay. I also did try to fix the teen marriages thing, but it's just not working out. So I like started a fresh MCCC settings file, and still when I changed the teenagers, they couldn't get married. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm just going to ignore it for now. So anyway, Christiana is just chatting with everybody here, and um, if you can't already tell, I'm going the most cliche route that I can with this because that's just the kind of person that I am. You know, I just really enjoy the most soapy of operas. So she is chatting with a few people here, but more specifically, she's chatting with Caleb Vitor. So, yeah, and he wants to be best friends. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, hey, you're my best friend now. You can see the priest in the background being like, So they are just chatting and getting to know each other. We'll have her kind of do her thing at the church, and she's really happy that she made a friend. Also, she's glitching out super bad when I try to make her weed any of the gardens, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, so the priest is going to come out here and talk to her and just be like, Christiana, I know that you're becoming friends with Caleb, and that's very nice. It's good to be friends with all of the followers of the Watcher, but just so you know, like there's some rumors about him and his sister and how they're, you know, maybe into like occult stuff. Maybe they're not so faithful to the Watcher. If you know rambunctious religions, there is a um, other religions in it, and one of the other religions is like an occult one. So the priest is just kind of warning her, like maybe they aren't, you know, the same as us. But anyway, okay. Hello, ghost. Is that our mom or our sister? I don't know. But anyway, so anyway, Caleb comes back later and they're chatting, and she kind of asks him, like, tell me the truth. And he tells her, he's like, I'm a vampire. And he says, I'll show you. And he, drinks a little bit of her blood and shows that he's a vampire. And she's like, wow, that's freaky. But she's like not the type of person to just, let her prejudices get in the way. So she's like, you know what, that's okay. If you're still faithful to the Watcher, you can be a vampire. That's totally fine. And he says, but it's a big secret because everyone is, against vampires and they'll definitely hunt me down and my sister. And so she's like, oh, I'll totally keep your secret. And, it kind of took a flirty turn, just a little flirty turn, a little kissy kiss. And then they went to go autonomously woohoo. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But they actually glitched out. So what I'm thinking is she has a little bit of blood loss. She's feeling a little hazy. She's feeling a little like, um, her inhibitions are lowered a bit. And she is basically saying it to her fellow nun, Ava. She's like, look, I got really close to Caleb and we got, we told each other secrets and I just have all these feelings and I think I almost, broke my vows. And so I don't know what to do. And so she's just kind of, she stopped herself before she got too far. And Ava's like, wow, you gotta not do that because we're nuns and our job as nuns is to not do stuff like that. So she's kind of, confiding in her fellow nun, but also Ava is very much like, no, that's not a thing you should do. So she's just trying to accept that, but she has all these feelings, she has all of these feelings built up inside of her. And so she goes to the wishing well and she just wishes for happiness. She's like, can I just be happy with what I have instead of, being tempted by things that I don't have? So she's just trying to relax, trying to calm down, trying to get back into her groove. She's like telling herself, just stop it. Like you're thinking about things, you're thinking the grass is greener and whatever, but you've been happy this whole time, all your life. And so she goes and she mourns for her sister because she knows that out of everyone who would understand her, it would be Alice. So, um, Alice's ghost actually comes around. And so Christiana talks to Alice's ghost because Alice has come to give her advice. And, Alice ran away from her family for love. And so she's basically telling Christiana, look, if you are in love with him, like the Watcher isn't going to be mad. So you just got to follow your heart and whatever. So she comes and she tells the priest, look, I think that maybe I'm not as cut out for this as I thought. And he's like, you decided this in one day. And I'm like, yeah, because we only have this year to figure it out. But she is basically telling him, no, I feel like maybe my destiny is elsewhere. And he is really mad about it because he's like, I can't believe this. I can't believe you're, siding with those occultists and that, this isn't what the Watcher wants. And, I'm the Watcher and I say that it's exactly what I want. But yes, so they're yelling at each other and they're getting in this fight. And, um, he like is intimidating her. You better put those thoughts out of your head. You can repent, like stop being like this. And she's really upset because they were really good friends. And I guess that was conditional on, you know, her faith. And she's like, no, I can still be faithful to the Watcher and feel like this. So anyway, he beat her up. I wasn't thinking that he'd really beat her up in real life, but I didn't have like a Sims option that was like that. So I was thinking maybe he would like just, give her a slap or something for her behavior. And but anyway, she looks like a mess now. Yikes. Um, yes, this is not suitable for children. So anyway, she is like very upset about the whole thing. And then Caleb comes back by and he is not happy, right? He sees all this and he is like, are you, he is very like in protective mode. He's like, I cannot believe this. I can't believe he did that. Like, and then also Caleb is like, but wait, like you want to be with me? We can be together. And so they're both kind of confessing their love here and saying, yes, we're in love and we just want to be together. And she said she's willing to leave for him. And so he's really happy about that. And so anyway, he's still mad at the priest. So he is going to give the priest the smackdown. Can you guys stay in here for like 5 seconds, please? Okay, so he's going to give the priest his own smackdown and basically, be like, you can't treat people like that. The Watcher is not okay with that. And then he proceeds to do the same. Anyway, stop leaving the room. um, And so he is going to then come to the priest and just drain him of all of his blood. He's just going to get him. Um, as soon as he gets up, we'll go again and really kill him. And so he tells Christiana, I can't just kill him and then, you'll be blamed for what happened if you're found here and after the arguments and stuff. So he says to Christiana, do you want to be with me forever? And she says, yes. And so he says, I will turn you into a vampire and fake your death. So he, um, fakes her death so that it'll look like both her and the priest died, and then she can't be held responsible for his death. And I guess they're bringing Grimm in on this plan. But so they're both like, okay, this is going to be the plan. And she's really scared because she's about to throw away her whole life, because as soon as she fakes her death, like, she can't just go back to her family or anything. So she is going to take the plunge with Alice's advice and just be like, okay, like, let's do it. And so they fake her death, and we put her urn here in the family mausoleum, even though she's not really there, quote unquote there. Um, but Caleb does this, and then he will come back for her later. And then we have Ava finding the bodies, and Ava is like, you know, is like, oh my God. And so Ava kind of knows everything that happened because Christiana um, had told her everything, like, was confiding in her earlier. And so she kind of suspects Caleb a bit, but, this guy is going to get promoted. But she suspects Caleb, but she knows that Christiana is in love with him, and um, she doesn't know he's a vampire or anything, but she just kind of keeps her mouth shut about it. When they're asking for like potential suspects, she does not say Caleb. So that's what happens there. And then we are going to bring Christiana back to life. So she wakes up and she has been revived, and she is slowly turning into a vampire. So that's what is happening here. If you've ever read Cirque du Freak, it's kind of like that. It's also a comic. It's really good. Anyway, so it's kind of like that. And we are going to have them run away together. So he's basically saying, they'll disappear together. She's going to have to learn how to be a vampire, and because of that, um, we are going to have her just kind of stay in Forgotten Hollow for some time until everything blows over. And honestly, everybody who knew her forgets that, we'll just wait a little while. So let's change her outfits into something more suited for the lady of the Vitor household. We're going to give her something fancy and some really nice jewelry. And I have to change all of her outfits because she's a nun in all of her outfits. So we're going to change it. And their color is black, of course. And so there's that. And then we will get in on her hair and makeup. I should have changed her into a vampire before this, but I will edit her dark form outfits later. So let's pick a hairstyle. I tried a few of them, and I actually really like that first one. I mean, it doesn't look as exciting from the front, but it just looks really good from the back. So I'm going to pick that one, and then you can see there's Lilith. I was checking to see what Lilith's makeup looked like because I don't feel like the vampires necessarily have to follow style conventions. Like, I feel like they'll kind of, in a way, um, be similar to the style of the time, but because they're vampires and they've been living for a long time, they would have different ideas for styles and makeup and all that stuff. So I think they could be seen as a little eccentric in that way by some of the other Sims. And yeah, so I'm just going to change her into a vampire and copy all her hair and makeup over and call that good. There's that. Okay, yeah, see her dark form outfit? Forget it. No, I will change that in a second, but we'll just skip to create a sim and do that in a second. But anyway, let's change her information. So she is all set. I'm just going to put in a little thing. She fell in love with Caleb, and um, she decided to leave the church for him, and the priest tried to stop her, but Caleb killed him and then faked her death, and then they left. So they're going to get married too. I spelled that wrong. She misses her family. However, she is going to be keeping watch on the family from afar. So, like, she is going to be that kind of overarching character that I'm hoping will stay around for the whole entire, um, the whole entire, what's it called? Series, that she'll just kind of be in the background and come around if we ever need her. So like if Milo died and the and Agnes was still too young, maybe Christiana would take care of her or something, that kind of stuff. Honestly, I thought that I made this blush lighter and yet in game it looks very dark, so I'm going to remove that too. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. I don't know why you have a job, Caleb. Stop. Okay, so here is the castle. Oh, I forgot to say the church. I did confirm that the church was made by Devin Bumpkin. So that is where I got the church from. I mean, obviously I edited it a bit, but um, we're in good shape here. They are all married. For some reason, they can't woohoo in the coffin. I don't know why. So even though hot tubs aren't historically accurate, I'm going to have them woohoo in the hot tub. Now, I don't even want them to have babies right now. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I figure she could take some time to adjust to being a vampire, and also we have all the time in the world to have our 10 babies because she's a vampire now. So um, that's what's going on there. Let's also add Caleb to the tree. Oh my gosh, Agnes is going to have such like a hang up. Like she's going to have mommy issues because her mom died and then her aunt who raised her died, and it's just not good, not good. Okay, that's fine. So yes, this is why I kept Christiana on the family tree despite her not despite her being a nun. So I'm just actually going to fix this because this is supposed to be future weddings and then people and their baby try. I don't really know exactly how that works, that table. Anyway, let's get a picture of Caleb for the family tree. We'll be all set there. I was trying to decide if I should try to put him on here, but I don't really need to. I did find some extra rules for occults for the Ultimate Decades Challenge. I might use those on them, but we'll have to see. Maybe like once, like, like vampire hunters and stuff like that. So maybe like once every so many years, I will roll and see if they get hunted or not. But they're just a side household, so it's not like we're playing them in the main household. So that is where we're going to wrap it up. We are going to add him to this. We're just adding in their story, and then we'll wrap up. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. We are actually aging up Agnes in the next part, so that's going to be really scary and terrifying and make me cry potentially. So I hope that you guys are excited for it. So I will catch you in the next one.